dark one is rain. This one is storm. They wanted to show their acid. There's the pretty face. Where are you going? If you guys know, today is going to be a Q&A, and I completely forgot my total intro. Hey my sweet souls, welcome back to my channel and another video. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. I have wanted to do one of these for a long, but some really good questions came up, and I also wanted to point out thanks to Lori at Maiden Dio on here. She gave us the best question of the entire Q&A. That's going to be at the very end. It is a very serious and very important question that we all wanted to know the answer to. I found the answer. So stay tuned to the end of this video. You're going to want to watch this because it's definitely an important question. So if you're curious about what questions and what I have to say to them, keep watching. All right, guys, so let's get into this right now. The first question is from Michigander Man. What's going on? He said, what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? The scariest thing that ever happened to me, I think, was when my ex decided to beat the living crap out of me, and I thought I was definitely going to die that night. I really did. He laid a beating on me. That has caused me a whole lot of PTSD. That alone was the single most scariest moment of my life. So thank you again, Michigander Man. Number 2 is from Vodka Vamp. What is up, my sweet girl? I love you. She said, what is your bucket list place to investigate? My bucket list place to investigate have to be in the UK. There's something about it, the old history, the amazing older structures and places. Get on a plane, go over there, spend a month or two, and really delve in. And skip on over to Scotland and Ireland. Number 3 comes from Para Evident. What is the scariest paranormal experience you have ever had? I would probably have to say the first time I ever saw a full body apparition. I was actually, believe it or not, in high school. I had stayed after school for ROTC. I went into one of the shop classes to change out of my BDUs, and I heard something behind me. It sounded like something slammed, and I turned around, and there was a full body apparition of a man staring at me half naked. I was so scared, I ran. This is an embarrassing moment too. I ran out of the shop class screaming, oh my God, there's a guy in there. There's somebody watching me. Oh my God. In my underpants. It's the little things, right? Number 4, Sherry from Team 1 Entity asks, why do so many people believe in the paranormal? I think it kind of caught on. Skeptics, they constantly want to disprove everything. I think once they actually have some evidence that points to, yes, there is, paranormal. I have definitely dealt with skeptics, and they turn into believers, because how can you disprove something that is right in front of your face? My junior. Hello, love. Number 5 comes from Sam with Exploring. He asks, how are there some paranormal investigators and ghost hunters out there that are skeptical and don't believe in ghosts, spirits, and so on? Okay, so I've always wondered that too, and I guess that's kind of more of a statement than a question. Either one of two ways. I really think that they go into it a skeptic. They go into it, wanting to catch something. I don't understand it. Well, I guess I do in a way, because we all are skeptical at first. I just think people find it very interesting. I think people want to believe, but in fact, their curiosity is piqued and they go into it being a skeptic, I think. And then the more evidence they get, the more they believe, the more they want to keep going. So number 6 comes from Pauline from What's Up with the P, channel 73. Hello, my friend. She asked, when communicating with your spirit guide or spirits themselves, how can you be sure the answers are really coming from them and not from a negative posing as them? That's a really good one. You have to know your spirit guide. Here we go again. Lost my train of thought. Anyways. Okay. It's really hard to tell. In a nutshell, you got to know your spirit guide. When dealing with spirits in general, outside of your spirit guide, it's hard to tell. It truly is. You have to really investigate into it. I can usually feel a negative energy. I can feel intentions of that spirit. It's really hard. Really hard to tell. So it's kind of on your best judgment. All I can say to that question, now that I went around it from my ear hole to my butthole, is you can't really know. All right, number 7 comes from E.B.E. Alien Hybrid. What is your opinion regarding the UFO and alien abduction phenomenon? Unfortunately, I don't even follow that kind of stuff. Really answer that. There has to be something extraterrestrial. I really do, because there's some phenomena that happen that you can't explain. But in general, I don't really know much about them. I'm pretty sure that there is extraterrestrial. I just don't know much about it. All right, number 8 comes from Geeked Up Paranormal. What's up, buddy? He asks, how many wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Had to have that one, didn't you? Thank you for your question. I have no idea. I love you though. Number 9 comes from KillHut702. What turns you into a believer of the paranormal? I made a video about this. Long story short, my grandmother did. Rounded the corner and she looked at me and she goes, your aunt is standing right behind you throwing hearts at you. I'm like, that's how. Number 10 is Past Life Explorer. What's going on? Says, what is your most craziest experience? Me and my daughter's father. We walked in this very long road. I got the creeps right away from it. Wrought iron gates. I got the weirdest feeling at first. Walked back to the altar and it had 2 daggers on either side. Sacrificing table. I was sitting over on the sacrificing table and I happened to look up to a tree that's over to my left side. In the tree, I seen hanging a person. At that point, I sprinted the hell out of there. So that is my craziest experience I think I've ever had. Number 11, Paranormal Mountain. Hello, Amy darling. Says, do you know how to exorcise a spirit? You probably mean exorcise a demon. I know to a point, but for safety purpose, I usually call in someone that knows how better than me. I just don't want to F it up and end up keeping a spirit. But so, long story short, Amy, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. And I definitely stress to all of you out there, if you really don't either, call in somebody that knows exactly what they're doing, please. Number 12, again, comes from E.B.E. Alien Hybrid. Have you ever seen shadow people? Yes, I have many times. Hear me out. So classic coring mode back then is boop underneath the covers and pray it away. All right, so number 13 from Steve Navarette. Am I saying that right? I hope I am. I hope I'm not butchering that. Steve writes, it's one thing to go out and explore and a totally different thing having it done in your home. I know that you can cleanse your home, but how about your equipment, vehicles, and possibly the places you go, i.e. crystals, sage, etc. You can pretty much cleanse anywhere you go. If you feel like there is something not right, my advice to you would be sage it. You can pretty much cleanse anywhere. My house morning, when I wake up, and night before I go to bed, because we all know I have George with me and he can get a little bit testy. He decided to throw something at me this morning So, yeah. 14 comes from the unsettled. What is your end result for being successful at something? I talk about it all the time. We all start at 0. Without each other, there'd be no channels. To me is to come together, help each other build, help each other, you know, reach the goals that they want to achieve, lose the drama, lose the bullying, just be peaceful. That's my end result. That's my successful. When we can get everybody peaceful and we can get everybody banded together so everybody helps each other reach their goals and their dreams. This one comes from Alejandra Ramirez. What is up, my friend? Hope you're having a beautiful day. She says, how do you balance being a creator and handling your everyday stuff, errands, chores, etc.? I'm having a hard time and I'm always tired. I am having a hard time myself balancing from YouTube to real life, to Twitter to real life. Honey, all you have to do, and I'm gonna start doing this myself, cut yourself off from social media at a certain point in the evening. Work during the day. If you have errands to run, put the phone down, put the laptop down, just go do it. I am going to be taking some time for myself. I'm going to take some time to do what I have to do, spend time with friends, family, whatever. And then maybe come back to it later on in the night. Yeah, I think you just have to find a particular time. You'll be there when I get back. And just go do it, honey. I mean, all right, guys, we finally came to our last question, the most important question yet. This comes from Lori, Maiden Dio here on Twitter. Do ghosts fart? Y'all heard it for yourself. If you haven't, go watch that dang clip. Yes, ghosts do pass gas. They definitely fart, and then they admit it. I had to end this video on an awesome there. I love you, Lori, so much. I enjoyed it. If you guys want to see me continue to do Q&As, let me know in the comments. I'm going to be putting up snippets of their channels so you can also see what they look like. This video, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like button. Go on over, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. I will see you soon.